Okay, here we go. Ta-da! We have it. He thinks the lobby isn't up yet for some reason. Lobby looks up to me. There you go. There was the transition. Thank you, Poop, for providing that. Very kind of you. Information's out. Did they tweet? There's another question. Did they cheat? He's in. Yay, he's in. Still missing one more. Destoria's in. Jackson. Probably. I don't think they tweeted. If they did, they didn't at me. No tweet. No tweet. So, yeah, I asked Tomb Raider if he wanted to join me today for the cast, and unfortunately he wasn't able to come and attend. And I thought, you know what? I haven't done a solo cast in a few weeks, and I'm all about doing some solo casts from time to time. I'm okay with that. By the way, oh shoot, am I in the right thing? Yeah. What happened to the thing? Oh, okay, it comes back. Does this disappear? This didn't reappear. This like disappeared. It didn't go on a rotate. I don't know if there's a way to do that. Is there a way to set it up so that it like restarts itself? I don't know. Yes, you're in for a solo cast, indeed. Chuck seems to be having a problem. Sorry, no, Chuck's the host. Wax seems to be having a problem with getting in and having the right mods. But I mean, Chuck or Wax, or I guess it's We4X or something. I don't know. He's a really good dude. He actually organizes the casters. He must have the right stuff. It's probably just an error. Maybe he needs to try it. I don't know what we'll do. Properties. Just answer all your questions. Yeah, I'll get right on that. Oh, loop. Here we go. Put it on loop. Okay, I've got it on loop. There we go. I think that actually does it then. I didn't know I had to do that. Okay. We're good to go. Here we go. The draft is on. Wait. So the map is Pangea. So they don't do the, I guess in the playoffs it's the home team that chooses since it's a best of 3. And so the map has been chosen as Pangea. Tim was messing around with Portugal earlier. Yeah, I was in there watching him. Yeah. Yeah, that's where I got. I got to about 2000 GPT myself, and just kind of called it. First ban off the board coming from Ulysse is Rome. No surprise there. Everybody saw me dominate with Rome the other day, last week, and they're like, "We got to get these guys out of here because the meta's out." No. Rome's good civ. I'm surprised at that ban, though, on a Pangea. Very interesting ban. Rome is strong, but I wouldn't say they're phase 1 banning strong. But anyway. Norway is the first ban coming out of the pyramids. So, interesting stuff. Lej is the other one, by the way. I was correct there. Lej, Destoria, Ripper, and Chuck. Betrayed. I told Jack, Byzantium or bust, and they've gone and banned them. Betrayed. I've been betrayed by Jack. He said he was going to do his best to get Byzantium for this game, and then his team goes and bans him. Clearly not his choice. If Norm was a Magic the Gathering card, he'd be a foil card. Is that a compliment? Is a foil card good? It's gonna be a hot. It's gonna be this weekend's gonna be off the charts. Foil mythic, dang. Dido, second man. So, banning all the navals. Banning all the navals. Is Pyramid. Well, not all the navals. Banning a couple of them. Interesting choice. I'm guessing they probably have some sort of a strategy where they want to go double naval, control the seas on a Pangea, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, Portugal is banned by default, along with what did they say? What else was banned? Whatchamacallit is still auto banned. Vietnam, and then Babylon is still auto banned. Gaul off the charts. So with first pick, you start to get an idea like what are they going to do here? Maybe they're thinking like a Canada or Russia play. Would be interesting. Mali is still out there. I would think if Mali is there, they go first pick easy. So very interesting to see what the ban is here. There's going to be a lot of really strong civs available, like Canada, Russia, Ethiopia, Mali, all sitting out there. Obviously, since we're playing on Pangea, you've got your Mongols and your Zulus of the world, which are very, very strong. They're all sitting out there ready to be picked, so we're going to be interesting. Portugal and Pangea not so strong? Portugal would still be fine. I mean, obviously you can't trade with anybody not on the sea, so that would be a bit of a hiccup. So Ethiopia is the last ban. Mali's sitting there. I'd be shocked if Mali wasn't picked here. Lej loves himself some Mali. He's sitting there. Why not take him? And see what happens. They'll have to protect him with something militaristically going on. I would imagine, considering they banned two navals, that they have a naval plan on the other side from Pyramid's perspective. So you would expect like maybe a Japan play, or maybe a late game Guitarja. They just want to get the big strong ones off the field. I don't know. Wow, Japan and locked in. Are we actually playing Pangea? We are playing Pangea, and Japan is locked in. So maybe they had a feeling that was coming. They saw the ban of the naval civs, and they thought, Japan's coming. Let's go. They want to pick Japan. Let's take it away from them. So you could see a Guitarja counter here, maybe. Oh, Coupe is the counter. This is very interesting picking. I'm really kind of interested in see what happens here. And Guitarja. So that was the play. They're coming at him. They went ban on Norway and Dido, and then they're coming back in with the Coupe Guitarja combo, and they want to own the seas. That's the play. I had a feeling when I saw those bans. I'm like, this is really weird. A lot of really powerful war civs available still. Mali is still sitting there. Be an interesting second banning phase as well. If you wanted to go double, you could go like a Vicky. Vicky would work okay with against Coupe and Guitarja for timing, especially with Japan on your team. But they could probably just, well, you could see some banning of those civs in the next phase. So if you don't take them now, you could see the rest of them go. Wouldn't be interesting if Vicky, then the last four are all land war civs. Yeah. Oh, and they went, oh, interesting. So they went Lataro. Really interesting pick strategies. I'm kind of like, wow, nutty. The band discussion is interesting over at Jack's. Some of it is hard because the French guys are talking a little fast for me with the accent. Oh, yeah, very interesting. I'm going to have to go back and watch and see their discussions. They were probably like, what are they doing banning all the naval civs on a Pangea? And then they probably freaked out and like, we better take Japan. So Mali is still sitting there. Canada, Russia, all still sitting there. Waiting to be enjoyed. Or banned in this case because it's banning phase. And then, of course, there's Zulus and the Mongolias of the world. There goes Russia off the board. Pyramid banning them. They get first pick next time. So maybe they're thinking ban Russia and maybe Canada slips through with their first pick. Or maybe they don't want either of them in the play. Germany's not a bad idea. With Gaul banned, Germany's not bad. The only thing is on Pangea, it's a little bit tighter quarters. That's even part of the reason why Mali's not that great of a choice as much as on some bigger civs because it's tough. Persia, fantastic civ. Really plays well on Pangea. Not surprised to see them banned by Ulysse. Pyramid's last ban of the game coming in hot in the next 40 seconds. Yeah, Germany gets a little bit of a nerf from BBG, but they're still good. They're still very good. They just don't get... They have to wait till guilds to get their extra district slot. Just to kind of give them a chance to not have like too much overpowering locking in of districts kind of stuff. But yeah. Interesting choices here. If this is a 3-game set, one of the other 2 games. Mongolia ban. Okay, so Canada's still sitting there. Mali's still sitting there. Zulu's still sitting there. You got to be careful because Pyramid gets the next pick, right? If you leave Zulu there and they take them, you're kind of in a tricky spot since Mongolia is off the board. You're really curious to see what they get for Jack. I mean, Hungary still sitting there. Jack loves Hungary, so it'll be interesting. Game 2 tomorrow, 2 hours earlier than this game started. So 22 hours after this game started, 22 hours from now-ish, 22 and a half hours from now, we'll be live. No, 21 and a half hours from now, we will be live with Game 2. Game 3, if necessary, will be on Monday. I believe at the same time as this game is starting. So, like, it'd be like 72 hours from now if it happens to go. And then, okay, so then, yeah, Black Queen's really strong on Pangea. So Canada's sitting there, Mali is sitting there, and then, of course, Zulu is sitting there. Those are the 3 civs you would think would get picked at some point here in the next 4 picks, maybe? Although I've been thrown for a loop a little bit with this. There's still naval civs available. If they don't want Japan by themselves on the water with Kupe and Gatarja, then maybe they go for another naval civ. So maybe Zulu. If Zulu doesn't get picked here, maybe you go Zulu. And then... Okay, so there's Tamiris. So then the war civs are coming at you. I'm surprised Zulu not picked yet. Like, I think Zulu's got to come down the pipe here. And then maybe Zulu... I don't even know. Zulu Vicky would be an okay mix. Lots of money to be made. We know that Jack would love some Zulu action. It's continents and islands, not Pangea. It says Pangea right here. Okay, no surprise there on Hungary. That'll be Jack Civ, I'd imagine. After the draft is over, I'm just gonna let him know that because the drafting was weird to me. I'm like, why is all this naval stress? Continents and islands. This draft makes a lot more sense. You're from Leisure Stream? Okay, I'm not saying you're wrong. It says Pangea right there, right? I'm not blind. Like, I'm not losing my mind. It says map type Pangea. So when the draft is over, I don't want to influence the draft timing here. It says continents and islands on Leges? Okay. Maybe because I was in before those guys and it gotten changed after I got in here. So there's no surprise. A second naval, not a surprise, and then Matthias. I know. They forgot to change map and they had to restart. So very interesting choices. So yeah, I mean Tamiris is an interesting choice. Zulu is still sitting out there. You've got two navals. I wouldn't be surprised if they come back with another military civ here, like a Zulu. Matthias is strong. Hojo Litero is an interesting choice. Continents and islands. Well, I think what happened is maybe when I loaded into the game, I was like the second person in, and maybe it was still sitting on Pangea. I don't. Maybe check. Let me just check here. And so it didn't update for me. Yeah. And then Poundmaker, okay. Coupe and Indonesia on the same team, indeed. And then Hojo and Victoria. Okay. Well, I mean, as long as the host has the right information, it doesn't matter what everybody else's information is. Secretly, it is Pangea and all others have the wrong map. Thanks for being here, everybody, by the way. Thank you very much for being here, guys. Interesting draft phase. It would have been good to have the proper map. When I was doing my analysis the whole time, I'm like, Pangea, why is these choices being made? And now it makes a lot of sense as to why these choices have been made. Let's go. Really excited to be casting this game. It was my first choice, and I got it, and I'm excited. We're gonna be doing at least 2 of them. 1 today, 1 tomorrow. Maybe even a third. Could you imagine? Monday, Game 3, winner take all. Loser goes home. That would be gross. So, lining up, Japan's for Admiral Control. They want Admiral Control here as best as possible, so they're putting the naval civs up top. Japan. I'd actually put Victoria above Hojo here, just because Victoria can have a little bit better early game with the naval dockyard being half price. They can kind of get the advantage. Interestingly, maybe I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't be the right idea. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. That's the order you want them in. Where's Jack? Jack's gonna play Victoria. Interestingly enough, and Gandhi Destoria himself is going to be on Hungary. That's a really big surprise. Jack Naval Sim Pog. I don't remember the last time I saw Jack play Naval. What? Yeah, Destoria and Chuck Hazagi on Tamiris. The one true straight up military oriented civ. Tadoob, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. Good to see you. Yeah, Jack can play it all, yeah. I just haven't seen him on them in forever. I mean, Jack's a very good player. He knows all the games inside and out. He'll be able to play them well, I'm sure. Be cool. He has really good first moves in that, so he'll be good on the sea as well. That's a big key on when you're playing with a lot of naval combat is who's fastest on the seas, if you will. Matthias is the main pick for Destoria. I have seen him use them before, but the last 3 times that Ulysse played, and they drafted Hungary. Jack played them, including a game most recently where Jack held off a 3v1 and went back and then turned it around and actually went and killed CC with Hungary. He's a Hungary specialist. But Destoria, I have no doubt, will play him when playing well. It's going to be a good game. I'm actually excited about Continents and Islands, too. I was like, oh, Pangaea. Sometimes these have weird maps, and you never know. Sometimes on Pangaea, one guy gets left out on their own in a really tough spot, and they get crunched, and then the game kind of feels over from early. But Continents and Islands could offer a lot of interesting gameplay that we don't see quite often. Certainly won't be the giant sim fest that you see on like a Seven Seas or definitely on a Highlands map. So should be good stuff. And we're on our way. CWC loser match 1. Loser. So to give you guys an idea of how this is breaking out. So this is a lower bracket playoff best of 3. There's 2 upper bracket matches and 2 lower bracket matches. If you're in an upper bracket match and you win, you move directly to the semifinals. If you're in an upper bracket match and you lose, then you go to like kind of a quarterfinal action and you play a winner from a lower bracket match. Lower bracket matches, there's 2 of them. Losers go home and the winners go to that quarterfinal type action. So you're going to have 2 quarterfinals. The winners of the third lower bracket and the losers of the upper bracket will face off to determine the 2 players or the 2 teams that go on to the semifinals to face the original upper bracket winners. And you'll have the 4 teams. They'll play a best of 3. Winners move on to the finals. Does that make sense? Destoria plays a little bit of everything and fills the role most of the time. Yeah, he just takes the civ that's left over a little bit. Yeah. Last Continents and Islands map I played, it was just 2 Pangaea land masses. Will be interested to see the map. That's Australia, by the way. That's actually Australia. And I was correct. I should have said something. That's actually Australia. I should have said something, but you guys were all like, no, it says Continents and Islands on all their stuff. It's fine. Oh, Agathy, say something else and I'll give you permission. You tried to post something. It was probably the schedule. Exactly. Kinsho, you were 100% correct, by the way. That was actually Australia. You keep forgetting. Here we go. Let me get you a permit in here. Is it going to let me give you a permit? Just a second. Won't let me give you. Let me get paying attention here as well. It's funnier for you guys spectating, yeah. Let me see. It won't let me give you permission because it here. Everybody, people talk in chat. Ah, damn it! Just a second. Let me see if I can do it this way. Now he's not even in the channel. Agathy! It doesn't even let me see him in the channel. Rip Agathy. I didn't get a chance to Now it says Continents and Islands. $20-minute ban. I know, well, 10-minute ban. It's the thing that sucks is that when I click on somebody's name to try and give them permission, the box that pops up is like below the bottom of the screen, so the options for like giving permission to people is out of the way. So I was waiting for chat to say stuff so that it would move up the chat far enough that the box would still be in vision, if that makes sense. And now Agathy has been... Let me see if he's back in the chat. There he is. Okay, now I can do it. Okay, just a second. Permit. Okay, Agathy has been permitted. Agathy, if you go now, I promise you, in the next 3 minutes, you will not be banned. Oh, I got to ready up. Sorry. I forgot that you had to ready up when you do the reload thing. He's gun shy now. He's like, you liar. I should have said something, but I was just like, if it says continents and islands for everybody else, then he must have changed it, and I was already the one in there because I was one of the first people in. And I'm not sure if I'd have said something. Yeah, that link. What? Let me give you permission one more time because it's been a minute or two and I don't want to get you smoked. Here, Agathy, permit. Okay, so I've just permitted you again. So you should be really go. Here we go. This is a link to...
From the first stirrings of life beneath water to the great beasts...
Oh, this is like to vote on who you think is going to win?
Taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your...
You can vote who you think is going to win on there. And then, yeah, it shows you the makeup of how the bracket works.
On towards the stars.
The upper bracket, lower bracket, and how that kind of works. Although this is in French, so if you speak French, GG's. Okay, so hopefully we don't get Australia again. Oh, you could. There's the link. You could change it. Oh, okay, yeah. Just change the FR in the link to EN. There you go. So it's going to be interesting. Really big naval battles going on here. What's interesting is on continents and islands and having naval, you're going to be able to meet everybody pretty quick. And Hungary can have a lot of control over the map by reaching across the waters, if you will, right? It's one thing to be on like a Pangaea or a Highlands or something and like controlling city-states, but you can like get onto the other guy's island or their continent with their city-state and just and come and harass. So that's going to be very, very advantageous if Destoria can figure out a way to make that happen. And then, of course, interesting battle like Coupe. Going to be really interesting to watch Coupe. Moondoggy, you missed Australia, buddy. You got to back up about 5 minutes in the stream. Going to be really interesting to watch the pathing of Coupe and see. So that's the first thing we should do here. Continents and islands, and there is a lot of islands, folks. Lots of little islands. Ooh, who's gonna find that and rock it? Jack could be first to discover that. Very much likely to be the first to get after that. He's also got really easy city-state to kill here. Hong Kong will likely die pretty quick. He's got lots of space. Can even move over on this side. Here's another wonder. Coupe. Actually, if Coupe goes left, this could be really interesting. And they likely will. They're going to see this, and he's going to settle the honey. He's going to turn 2 settle the honey. Because he's seen this now. And... so it's going to be very interesting to see how this interaction happens and who can discover this Giant's Causeway. What else do we... and this is also for him as well. Look at this. Maybe a second or third settle down here. Wow, this could be a huge, huge game for Pyramid with that look. Hungary with not a bad looking spawn, but not a lot of space, a little bit tight. But we'll be actually with Indonesia, be able to hit Indonesia really quickly. So this is a really tough spot for Indonesia here. Although they will have Korea support because Korea is over here. And Kree spawn looks pretty juicy. Potentially 4 cattle and camps in the cap is pretty solid. Nice sugar settle down here. Who are we missing? So Indonesia, turn 1 settle, 2-1 base, 2-2 tiles to work. They got a reef fish. They'll have a nice little combo here for campus and harbor. Who are we missing? So Scythia, not the greatest for Scythia. The Japan's there, but a long ways away. Japan's settle looks 2-2 base. They're going to have a reef fish. Very interesting. Another good settle out here, but it's a long ways away. Pretty good land. Got a wonder here. Good land here. Couple horses for Scythia. Grasslands gang going on here. Floodplains in here. Not a great looking spawn, but not terrible. Overall, it's very interesting. Jack has settled. He did not go to the 2-2 base because it was going to be pretty rough on tiles, it looks like. In place with the reef turtle and a 2-2. He's actually going to have 2 reef turtles in his capital. Of course, with Katarja in the game, he's not going to be counting on the God of the Sea. Right into a scout. Right into a scout, of course. And builder first on Indonesia is not a surprise with the reef fish in play. In fact, 2 reef fishes, and they're going to get the fishing boat pantheon. So they're going to have a really turbo start with some 3-3 tiles really quickly. Going to be a very strong start for them. And like I said, they're going to need it. If they play this start, which they may not. They may not. Because Hungary's going to have to commit to the coast and does not have much land. I would say that this alone is pretty ugly. And my early vote would be that the remap comes in. I'm watching some YouTube ads. YouTube, baby. Let's go. How you doing, Moondoggy? Good day to you. It was Moondoggy. It was actually Australia. Like, it was actually Australia. Yeah, it's just not a good hungry spawn at all. Like, I mean, unless everybody else absolutely loves what they see. They could settle in place, put a couple districts here. But there's just not, like, there's no settles here, right? There's 1 settle and then, like, no fresh water, so you're, like, coastal, non-fresh. I mean, this is, like, getting really close here. Like, they've got nothing. And it's not a technical, because you could settle, like, there's 1, 2, 3. There's definitely 3 cities you could settle within 5 tiles, so it's not a technical either. The only thing they didn't have was a Tasmania. They didn't have a Tasmania. Tasmania, it kind of went down and went into, like, a frozen tundra where Tasmania would be. You got to go see it. Nothing I can do. You got to go see it. Okay, so we're turn 2, and the things have flown. Ooh, Jackie boy. Free unit Pog. Where'd he go? Over here. Wait a minute. Had he already moved last time? Okay, yeah, because he's got to settle the honey. But he was here. Did he not move? He must have been here and moved, and then now he's moved, and now he's going to settle. He got the first meet. He's met Hong Kong now. Jack getting to Hong Kong first will be important. This will be a settle right here. He'll be working a 1-4. It's not amazing, but 3 food base working a 1-4 is pretty sweet. He's got to get a settler out. He could come and settle the turtles maybe, although he doesn't know where the turtles are there yet. Scout next turn for Jack. Japan got their settle in here on the Mercury. They got fresh water. They're going to have a reef fish out there in that ring. Got a scout going. Mapuche was the one we hadn't gotten a look at. Actually, Mapuche... Ooh, this is going to be really interesting action here. Mapuche doesn't have much for space, but what they do have is really nice looking land. Not much fresh water, but really nice looking land. Goody Hut for their scout. There's definitely going to be a meet here before turn 8, I would think, because the scout's going to pop. He's going to come here. Like, this is almost definitely going to be a meet. In fact, it's going to be a race to the Goody Hut. No, he'll win the race. Scout coming for Japan. Let's see if Jack went double scout. He did not. Jack's gone builder. Oh no, sorry, that's not. I keep thinking Jack's playing Hungary because Jack does Hungry things. He did go double scout. Jack loves double scout. He's headed to get the free unit, although he may not get it. Oh no, that's Cliff's, so he will get it actually, because he's gonna go here. The scout will go here, here, here. It could be a shift enter battle for the free unit. If they marked it correctly, it's going to be a shift enter battle for the free unit. Hey, Lady Irwin, how are you? Kree Scout is out. I would imagine there was a purchase. Where's Katarja? Builder's out. Waiting for sailing technology. I'm surprised there's no scout buy here. I would have thought there was going to be an early scout buy after the builder first play. Maybe they're saving for a Kree scout, I guess. They have spent gold. No gold being spent. Maybe they're waiting for a builder. They have like 130 gold. Settlers out. Is he going to just do a really quick settle? Be interesting. Jack it's going to be a shift enter battle right here. They haven't met each other, but they're going to meet one another, and they're going to have a shift enter battle for the unit. I hope the game goes well also. I'm really excited about it. Settlers come in now for Jack. Going to be very interesting here. Who else is going settler? Settler in 5. Settler in 3, Settler in 2. So they went scout into Settler. The meet has happened. They did get the Goody Hut. The Goody Hut was nothing special. I guess I missed what it was. Be interesting to see what they do here. And it's straight up shift enter battle. Malm. No, not Malm. Sorry. Firos against Jack on the shift enter battle for the free unit. Here we go. You guys ready? Oh, it's turn 8. Oh, it's turn 8. Okay. So I think it could be honestly, I think it could be a remap. Jack's not going to hate his life, but he's probably not going to like being this close to Maori. And if I had to guess, Hungary's spawn is just so bad that I think it's worth a remap. But it's best of 3. You only get one. Maybe you live with it. I don't know. Has anybody found Galapagos yet? We could check. don't think so. Because Coupe kind of went more left, right? The A's have it. It's a remap from. We're not going to get our shift enter battle. Oh, and we're starting over. Bit of a slow start coming out of the gates here, but we're going to get there. Being anticlimactic. Yeah, the guy in Hungary's got Maori close and a shit spawn. Like, there was. You had to remap that. 100%. You needed to remap it. Looks like there's a bug as well. Yeah, the Galapagos turtle was pretty gross. No, it was the wrong. They had the wrong map. Um, I was seeing it as Pangea, but everybody else was in the chat saying, "Oh, I'm in Jack's stream. It says continents and islands. I'm in Leisure's stream. It says continents and islands." I'm like, okay, I guess I see the wrong thing. And then they launched it, and it immediately showed Australia. I'm like, that's not continents and islands. And so they immediately had to remap or like reload it because they had their own map. So there's only one remap for the playoffs, or do they get one for each best of 3? All right, so once again, Relobby Simulator. I'll be editing the first edition of this. Normally, I like to just cut it out of the VOD, but I'm gonna have to send it into a video editor and cut out a lot of this. I don't have to cut it all out, but I'll cut out a little bit of this shenanigans. Yeah, one per best of 3. But if you make it on in the playoffs, then you would get into another best of 3, get another potential. Ulysse used the remap. Yeah. The continents and islands make no sense. I was just like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, it was in continents and islands. Oh, interesting. So, Lej is asking if it is possible to swap civilizations between players now that they're doing a remap. I would think the answer is no. You know what's funny? I always read We4X as Wax, but I'm not 100% sure. I think does he go by We4X maybe? You have to check. Yeah, I'm not sure about the answer to that, Lady Arween. For those of you wondering, Lady Arween is one of the organizers of the tournament. So she would be one of the people to have that discussion with. The answer is no. Oh, wait, what? So you vote in no consensus, you lob in token to break deadlock? No. You get a vote. So like there's any simple majority wins. So there's 4 votes per team, so 8 total votes. If one team votes for a remap, then you remap. If both teams vote for a remap, then you remap, but they both lose their token. You get to vote for a remap once in total, no matter what the other team does. The answer is, but I'm assuming the lady you're talking about, the answer is no to being able to remap, right? Or to change civs. Because my guess is that they were considering the possibility of having Jack switch to Hungary, and maybe Astoria plays Victoria or something. Yeah, the answer is no. I kind of figured the answer was no, but like once you launch that first game, I don't think you would be able to. It's called a simple majority, Edmund. A simple majority. Al Passionot. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome aboard. We're going to get this game going, I promise. Now watch there being another remap. I understand if after they remap, they can switch between them Civ. I don't know. Wax is saying in the Discord that the answer is no. I'm not sure if you're like logged into Discord right now and you can see the conversation. That is, yeah, you believe it's not allowed. Yeah, we've already been in a map, played 8 turns, and then the only reason why we're relobbying is because somebody had an error. So I don't think there's any reason why you would be allowed to do that. But nobody's readying up right now, so maybe they're waiting on a more official answer. I don't know. Lej needs to pick his team. Wait, what? So Lej is on Japan. Yeah, this is alright. Pirates. Okay. This is just the wrong team, but other than that. There you go. Looks like everything's ready to go. Yeah, Wax is in the game. I keep saying I'm gonna just keep calling him Wax. Everyone's gonna start calling him Wax. Is in the game as a caster, and he is one of the organizers as well. So whatever he decides is okay. But my opinion is that you shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah, I would think you wouldn't be allowed to. I don't know if there's an actual written down answer that says no, but yeah, certainly Wax is. You're just a common viewer today. Jack's back now, yeah. Stick to pulling Norm up on pronunciations of Australian places, names, and music references. Yes. If you want to try and get me on the pronunciation of Australian places and on music references. Moondoggy knows what it's all about. Oh, you've got a migraine. Well, I hope it feels better. I don't get migraines, but I get some pretty tough headaches sometimes, and it's not fun. Jack's team's trying to talk to him, and he's at his desk. That's pretty common.
From the first
That's a pretty common occurrence.
To the great beasts of the Stone Age, to man taking his first upright steps, you have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
Did you enjoy casting my Woolamulu? I pronounced it a couple times. I don't know if I was doing it right, but Woolamulu. It was fun, Moondoggy. I wish you would have worked more food tiles so that the people of Woolamulu didn't starve. But other than that, offer him gold, he'll soon reappear, and yeah, no doubt. So it's remap o'clock, and it looks like we're going to get another look at another map. So away we go. Yeah, you'll receive the weirdest compliment ever now. Ooh, how intriguing. Your voice is the only one that I am being able to hear right now. That doesn't make it worse. Well, hello. Lady Arween, I do hope that your headache gets better. And that's quite the compliment, I will say. Thank you. I'm not much for the what is it? ASMR. As soon as I start talking really like slow and seductress like that and that ASMR type thing, after about 3 seconds I feel really absurd and then I just stop. You don't know why, but it is quite pleasant. Well, I'm happy to be here for you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Game of the Week. Wow. Hello, Spawnitis right here. Cocoa Island. Let's do it. That will be very settleable for Lej, who's got a reef fish and fish. Really nice. Ooh, wow. Japan God Spawn right here. An actual Japan God Spawn for Lej. And lots of room and lots of good settles around him. So he's got a big advantage early. Although he will have to deal with Kree to his south. So this is going to be interesting. Kree, 2 camps, and no pastures. Nothing but hills, though. Holy cow. Temple of Artemis, please. Oh, he does have a pasture here, but no horse. Temple of Artemis o'clock right here for Kree. That is like nothing but hills. Holy cow. You could settle up this way if you wanted, although you wouldn't want to settle on the coast with Japan there. Some good cities in here. Oh, wow. Going to be a party. Chuck's over here as well. So Kree is not going to like their situation. If they see both of them, this is like Kree is in a really tough spot right now. So far, first thing we see. Chocolate Hills o'clock. The only way to get to Chocolate Hills is to come all the way in here and settle this. Look at that Chocolate Hills. That's the trolliest Chocolate Hills of all time. That's hilarious. You might not ever find it. This might never get found. We should do a poll. Does Chocolate Hills get found this game? Because the only way to find it is to walk all the way in here. Or I guess if you ever settled like this, then you would see it, right? You'd have to settle this tile is the only way to see it. And you could, though. You could settle this, and then you could settle that. You might get it. Yeah, Granada would find it, probably, and whoever gets first twos of Granada would be able to see it, I guess. So let's take a look anyway. Let's keep going. Holding the fires. Oh, and they didn't set up. Oh, Lady Arween. When they remapped, or when they re-lobbied, they didn't set up the names at the beginning this time. Not nearly as strong of a start. If he goes, he'll probably go right, because he's going to see this, right? So he's going to probably come in here and settle, and it's not very good land until he gets to here. Then he's actually going to have a kind of his own land to himself, which is actually pretty good. And then Guitarja's over here as well. That's his teammate. Guitarja's spawn, not as good as last time, but does have some fish and a 2-2 base. Not too shabby. Yeah, he's going to have lots of islands to work, and then it's going to be an immediate battle against Jack. Jackie's going to do a 2-1 base, but a 3-2. He's going to have a reef here, so he can get a campus. He can do like a campus harbor setup. Like that. Could settle the orange. Be a nice orange settle. Could buy the dies, get a Pantheon, if he ever finds that. Wow, yeah, look at this. Talk about covering the pass. 223 base. What is that? How come I cannot see what that is? 3 gold. City center, building palace. What? How come I can't see it? Where does it say diamonds? Oh, there it is. Requires mining. Oh my god. I'm looking down here by the resource layout. My bad. Look like an idiot, Mark. 223 base with a 3-2 banana. That is pretty godly. I'll be alright. Don't tease me. I'm sorry, chat. Much better start for Destoria, and he's going to actually be close to Indonesia again, but this time we'll actually have the potential to compete. 2-2 with a 2-2 culture base. Pro streamer, everybody. Pro streamer. +4 campus. Look at this, by the way. Potential for districting across the river is phenomenal for Destoria. He's got a much better spawn now. 3-2 banana he can get out to, but you're going to work the 2-2 culture and expand your borders without money. So that's no problem. The builder's out first once again for them. And then Scythia down here, a pretty average, maybe a slightly above average Yosemite. Really bad expands. They will be able to probably go on the water with the neighbors they have. First settle for Coupe is in on, what was that, turn 5. Couple of 2-3 tiles, not overpowering. Not an overpowering start for them. They're gonna have to find. They're not gonna find a lot of really good settles, honestly. It'll be interesting to see how long till these guys meet. Jack's got a couple of 3-2 bananas. He's gonna find his horses, and he's probably gonna go. I wouldn't. Well, because Navy Naval, he probably wants something like War and Plunder or something like that. We'll see what happens. Hey everyone, David Lower, how you doing? Kind of finally catching one of these live and in person. Let's go. So settler in 4 for Japan, Cree settler in 5, double scout on Mapuche. Jack double scout because that's what he always does. He loves getting himself some information. Yeah, really not the greatest spawn actually. I mean, it's about as if you're on Ulysse team, this is about as bad a spawn as you could hope for your rival Maori to have. So very interesting stuff. The builder's going to be out, waiting one more turn for sailing tech, then they can come and do the things. Settler now in 5, settler in 4. 2. So this is a much different map than the last one we had. This is much more of like 2 big continents and a couple little islands here and there. The one before was like insane. It was like a couple of pretty big land masses and then a ton of islands. Settler in 3, settler in 4. Still no scout buy in here is very interesting, by the way. The lack of a scout buy, maybe they just get it in to escort, but like what information do they really have at this point about where to settle? They have a 2-2 with a crab, so this is a good settle. They just don't have a lot of other good tiles in range. They got some out here. This is a pretty good settle though, so that's fine. It's not too bad. And it's time to see if we play this map. $50 to anyone who goes to Jack's stream and names a city Arween's best CWC referee. I mean, I've easily got enough of the monies to do it. Hungary can be a very insane pick on this kind of map. I agree, Algathy. Hungary can do a devastating work on a map like this. Jack's team drafted badly? I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so at all. I wouldn't have picked Mapuche, but considering the bans that came in, I thought they did very well for getting a couple of good naval civs. And then I love Hungary on this map. The nays have it. We're gonna play it. Here we go. Yeah. I thought Japan was a fantastic pick. There's a 3-2. Fishing Boat Pantheon is in the house. Jack's triggered about having to play Vicky. I mean, they didn't have much choice, though, because of the way that the bans happened from Pyramid. They kind of got stuck where there's only 3 good civs left. Like 3 good... Well, there was 4 good naval civs left, and they got their first pick. They went Japan, and then it was Gatarja and Maori back, leaving Vicky as the next best, right? So the drafting was well done by Pyramid to block them into that. I'm not surprised that Jack's not happy about it. Jack is not a big naval fan, and certainly not a big fan of Settlers out of Japan. Right into another. I like it. The meet has happened here, so they'll be able to put some pressure on. The Kree Scouts can help defend them very well here, but they're going to have to stay off the coast. They're going to have to basically walk this way. Be interesting to see what they've seen. Like at this point, like I'm surprised no Kree purchase as well. Like I'm not sure what they've been spending money on, but like Kree Scout, go figure out where to settle, because they can't settle up here. I mean, they can come and settle the cotton if they want, but I wouldn't want to settle cotton on the coast like this against Japan right there. Jack bought a settler? Where? Where's Jack? They did buy Jack a settler. I'm not surprised by this, and I'm going to tell you why. I bet you any money... Oh, no, he did go God King. Or, yeah, he did go God King. Okay. I was going to say they might have seen this and said, settle the orange, buy me the 221, and I'll go urban planning. But this is a fantastic settle. A fantastic early settle to get out. And so they saved up and bought a settler. But on the other side, though, with Pyramid, I don't know why... I don't know why you wouldn't want to buy a scout here. Like, he's going to go builder and he's not going to have anything to protect the tiles? This is a huge Artemis play here, by the way. What are they teching? Archery, yeah. So they're going to go Artemis here. He's going to get the camp up. And it's he'll probably try and get Goddess of the Hunt and Artemis o'clock for him. He's going to just settle in place right here. Right on the culture. Work the 2-2s. Extremely difficult. You can't push this city at all against Japan, especially. It's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. What else we got going on here? We're going to check out some things. So Settler's out. Blocking here. Excuse me. Settler. Jack's got a Settler going. He went double scout, of course. He'll be able to turn this scout around right here. Jack's got a lot of room inland, but that's really kind of like Mapuche can come and take a lot of this. Settle a little bit this way, because there's actually some really nice cities here. And then work towards double teaming Kree with Japan. He can back settle a little bit. Tons of good campuses, by the way. +5, +4, +4. +4, like lots of really good camp. And Mapuche's gonna have a big game. I can see it now. Chuck's finally getting a good spawn. He's been tortured by his spawns lately. He's gonna have something good. I can just see it. Jack found Crater Lake. I keep going over here to Hungary. Crater Lake. Oh, up here. Okay, gotcha. I didn't see Crater Lake. So let's take a look at the city-states here before we get too much further in. 3 science city-states, including Anshan. Whoa. Very interesting. 3 religious city-states. Not a lot of religion in the game, though, honestly. Like, Japan could go religion, and that's about it. That's the only ones. But really incentivized to go half-price holy sites on Japan with 3 religious city-states in the game. Only the 1 cultural. I don't see a single gold city-state in the game. So gold's going to be a little bit of a premium here for the commercial hub harbor builder types, which there'll be lots of in the game. 3 military and 3 science and 3 religious. Johannesburg. Ooh, where's Johannesburg? Interesting. How do I go to them as a mod? I don't know if I can. Anshan is dead. You're right. Anshan will die. Jack will obliterate Anshan very quickly. Let's take a look at that, actually. Which city-states will die and how soon? There'll be galleys coming out before long. Jack straight into a monument here in the capital. I like this. It's going to be quick stats for Jack. Second settle here. Still not great. Still not great. Another settler's out. He's not going to have a turbo city at all. But yeah, Jack's going to want to get galleys out very quickly. He'll kill this. And then he could also settle something like this as well. So he'll be able to get some like 4 cities. He's going to get another city up here. Oh yeah, he's got really good settles all along this coast. And then what he can actually do, he settles this. And then he could settle like the lake here. Look at that. Settle this. And then like settle the maze or something down here. Something like that I would think he would do. A little triangle. And then you could settle this as well. Eventually go inland if you have to for more settles. Mapuche got his second city out. Settler and then another coming. Galleys coming very quickly. Settler is just basically, I don't know what they saw, but previously they got another scout out. I don't know if they're just walking blind here for a settle. No, they actually came out here. Finally. Show continents on Wiki? Yeah. They'd have to settle this to get a new continent, which would mean they'd have to fight. They have to fight Coupe over it. Settler buy for Jack is really big tempo here. Still no second city down for Crete, and I walk in a long ways to get it. Really slow on Crete. And then another settler. And they've gone pasture. And I don't know what they're doing with the builder here. I'm not sure why they're not working the camps and getting Artemis going. That was an easy Artemis play in my books. Extra slingers looking to defend an early pressure from Hungary. This settler came from here. They're going to what are they going to settle here? Are they going to go here? Or are they going to go here? Either way, really good cities on Hungary. Destori's got to be loving his life right now. Coco, 2-2 bases everywhere. Got a nice wonder settle here. Guitars are going to be under a lot of fire. Scythia's going to have to come to the rescue here with a quick game. And does not have great land, to be honest with you. Good settle here. Will work well for him with the early stats. But, yeah, not good settle choices beyond that. You're going to want Floodplains Pantheon almost. Just to get some of these settles cooked a little bit. Jack going to find Chocolate Hills? Maybe. Yeah, he'll have seen it. He's seen it. He's seen it. He'll step on the hill to see what else he sees. He'll see that it's a dead end and turn around. But yeah, he'll want to come and settle that. Or what he could actually do is he could just make the choice to settle this and then buy out to the tiles. Although he wouldn't be able to reach that one. This is a fine settle, though, honestly. It's a long journey, maybe like your 5th or 6th city. You come and settle this. You can build your harbor and a campus. Perfectly fine settle. I would imagine he'll come and do it. I'd be shocked if he didn't. Yeah, so he'll have seen all this now. Hey, Cedrix, what's going on, buddy? Just arrived. How's it going? Yes, remap token was used by Ulysse. They had Destoria on Hungary in a terrible position. And they remapped, and now Destoria is loving his life. 2-2 base capital with 2-2 culture and a 3-2 banana. 4 campus. Lots of places to put districts across the river. Really nice expands. Really nice expands. Really nice expands. And then forward pressure directly onto Naval Civ. So, Destoria. Orange juice, good to see you. Could settle hills on the east of lake and get all the wonder. Ooh, force fire. No, you can't get. The only way to get all the wonder is settle here, or you can't settle the maze because it's too close to Granada. The only way to get the whole wonder is settle this. Or I guess you could settle if you wanted to non-fresh on the dies. But yeah. If you settle over here, you're not going to get this tile. You won't get these tiles. It's train 18 more. Congratulations. Wait, did Falcon get partnered? Wait a minute. Falcon, did you get partner? Dude. Well, I appreciate it, orange juice. Pressure coming here on Japan. Galleys are out. Second settler coming. Are they just going to settle the water and say to hell with it, or what? He is a pretty big deal. He is a pretty big deal. He only streams to big crowds now, is what I heard. Let's check out what's going on here with Maori. 3 cities. Pretty slow tempo on Maori, all things considered. Apparently they took 1 day to decide yes. That's incredible, dude. You applied for the lols and you got it. I didn't even know you would have had the average 75 viewers. I know you've had some big games. I know that you've had big games with when you've done some broadcasting and stuff, but considering you don't really stream all that much, yeah, I'm so that's fantastic, dude. Congratulations. Better luck than I had. Better luck than I had. Oh, interesting. Jackie got thrown up on. Oh, Jackie got thrown up on, and now he's got a casual 5 food base city. They bought him a settler, by the way. Bought him a settler. Norm runs a hot path and opens a couple of her heads of red. Yeah, we won't get into the dilemmas and the problems that I had trying to get partnered on Twitch. Interesting. +3 campuses. You'll have to keep the jungles. Yeah, I mean, this is a long ways out. You want to get them up quick. This is a +4, but yeah. You don't know if they're expanding partners or what, but you're shocked. Yeah, I had the first time I applied, I had average viewer base of about 125 concurrent, streaming 6 days a week. Oh, wow. And they said no. after waiting 3 or 4 weeks for an answer, they came back and said no. I applied again, and they said no again, and then I stopped trying. Really interesting moves on the settler. I'm curious what they're going to do here. Yeah, Southbricks is a very high-level Civilization 6 multiplayer person. Apply now. Oh, I'd never get it right now because I play too many other games where I have like 20 or 30 viewers. My average concurrent viewership right now is like 35 or 40 because I play games where I don't get viewers. Southbrick, aka Falcon, is on PP Patrol. He's a former Civilization World Cup champion, and he plays in the upper bracket later today. They play 2 games Sunday, I think. No, tomorrow and 2 games Sunday, maybe. In game, he's known as Falcon. Yeah. Yeah. I would have been happy to do your guys' games, but I was not getting up at 6 a.m. to stream 2 games on Sunday. It just wasn't happening. By the way, as if things weren't getting any better for Hungary, Pog Champ. Professional backstabber. Yeah, Hungary's getting fed. Hungary is getting fed right now. A couple pastures up. I can't believe. Okay, they are going Artemis finally. Finally going Artemis. The builder was down here at one point. I'm like, what are they doing with the builder down here? Finally going Artemis on this ridiculous capital. Holy cow. It is literally nothing but hills. Well, okay, not literally, but this thing is disgusting. This capital alone will keep him alive against Japan. Really interesting here. Increase 4 turns out of notice. Jack with another settler going. Good tempo. Galleys out. He must have just got these built. Looks like Royal Navy dockyards built in every city. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong spot. Wait a minute. Was I looking in the right spot or not? Yeah, he must have just got them built because the Admiral points haven't started yet. What else are we missing here? So builders coming in here. Campuses will be good online here. He's got really good campus options in more expand, so he's going to have really big science on Mapuche. And Kree's going to be in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. I don't like Kree's game outlook at all. I also don't like Katarja's outlook at all with the way Hungary's going to look on the spawn. And really just kind of average-looking land, or below-average-looking land for Mapuche. Or sorry, Mapuche. For Maori. So, things are looking pretty good for Ulysse right now. I would imagine Anshan dies to a couple of galleys. Here comes one more. So 3 galleys kills Anshan. More tempo for Jack. As if getting purchased a settler by his teammates wasn't enough. David Flower bought the game last month. Yeah, you're a good place to be. Moondoggy, thanks for the links. You're in the right place to learn. Thank you, Cedric. Norman's a great guy and has done some coaching recently on YouTube and one of the best Civ players. You can learn from that. Thank you, Falcon. That's awful kind of you, buddy. I still got some learning to do. Still got some getting betters to do. The problem is he needs to protect his land from this here. But he does want to go and kill this as quick as he can. Still got some learning to do, but I'm doing my best. Doing my best. Yeah, this is super high level. The highest level of Civ you can get played on. Hey Hackbert, anyone free sim? I mean, Hungary's free sim and able to pressure Naval at the moment. Scythia's free sim back here. We'll see what they can get done. Kree is on the front lines against a couple of civs. They're going to be in a lot of trouble. Jack's got a pretty good piece of land here, but he is going to have to compete on the water with Maori. So, going to be a very interesting game. Very interesting map. Going to be a lot of fun. See what happens here. What Roy Doc CWC games are we on? Roy Doc. What? It's 1090 BC and I have 6 trade routes with Zhao. Yeah, why so few? Ooh, interesting. Little blockage. Little settle blockage here. It's going to hurt your tempo. Third city's still not out. And it's going to be a while before you can push through that. To be honest with you. This warrior's going to have to come 1, 2, 3, 4. You're probably 6 turns from settling that settler at least now. Like 6 turns. You'd almost want to... Oh, there's nothing down here to settle. Firosos lag. +4 campus coming for Hungary here. Good to see that down quickly. When this regrows, these tiles are just going to be gross. Look at these tiles. Like, just buy me a settler, boys. Just buy me a settler. Oh my goodness gracious me. You'd almost want to go to here as Hungary so you could put a couple districts on these tiles and save all of this, right? Because if you settle this, first of all, you're going to lose the hill. You're going to lose the tree, so it's only like a 3-2 base. But if you settle this, then you got to lose all these tiles for your districts. Whereas you settle this, you can get this. Yeah, you'd almost want to go all the way here to settle, I think. Sorry, the CWC games are we in? This is the first round of the playoffs. This is lower bracket qualifying. There's also upper bracket qualifying going on this weekend. Best of 3 action. Winners of the lower bracket get to move on to play the losers of the upper bracket. Losers of this series and the other lower bracket series are in big trouble. Big trouble. They got that settler down. We knew they would. We could tell just by it was a warrior. So by the time it stepped here, he was here, and then it could never get there to get him. Artemis next turn. That city's going to be poggers. Archers coming off to protect their land. The pillage is already in here, though. Let's look at Pantheons. God of Open Sky here for 1, 2, 3 fairly early pastures. Not great, but little culture boost early is nice. Jack did get War and Plunder as I predicted, although he was probably just crying about not going Open Sky because of 2 pastures, because we know how Jack is with those. Turbo City, he's going to need a granary in here so they get, because he's got all this food and no housing to fit. Yeah, settled here. I would like to see like a settle up here and then a settle on this lake and then something into here maybe and then settle back the river. But I'd imagine this settler... We'll see. Maybe he just goes to... See, he can't settle the maze. This is very vulnerable. Maybe he settles... I don't know. I kind of wish he would settle that, to be honest with you. Get a quick trade route into that city and it'll grow big. So upper level, if you win the upper level, for instance, Falcon's upper level right now. If you win in the upper level, then you move on to the semis. If you lose, then you play a winner from the lower bracket, and then you have to win that series to move on to the semifinals. So it's kind of a double elimination setup for the upper bracket, whereas the lower bracket has to just wait. Once again, wait, he took off. Interesting play by Destoria there. He could have held that settle up. I guess he saw this come along. He saw this come along, and I guess he thought, I don't want to lose it. But he could have waited at least one more turn. Maybe he just wouldn't have gotten away, though. Gonna get a goodie hut out of the deal, though. Nice when you can come all the way this direction like this, and there's a goodie hut right between the two capitals of your opponent, and you can find it before them. Yeah, let's keep going. Obviously, Open Sky, we talked about Earth Goddess on really nice land, especially down here. Not bad. Pretty average cities for Scythia, but yeah, Earth Goddess here, and of course, God of the Sea. Coupe's got City Patron, which will help him with quick harbors. Jack, we know, went War and Plunder, which is going to be huge on England. We got Fertility Rights, so a quick builder for Japan. Hunt, as we suspected, was the case down here for the camps. Nice quick boost for him. His city's going to be turbo with Artemis in there now. Getting a bunch of archers. He's just going to have to go into full defense mode, try and get his science up, get the crossbows, figure out a way to live. That's his job for the day. There will be a grand finale. Yeah, the league settings already happened. There was 12 teams originally. My team, Zone of Control, was eliminated in the original bracket phase. And 8 teams moved on. We're now in the second phase, essentially, which is the bracket phase. Let's check out Admirals. England 6 a turn. Maori 1 a turn. Yeah, Jack's just cleaning up on the Admirals now. Maori's trying to get caught up. City Patron Goddess will help him. But right now, he's just killing it. What else is he doing? He's even getting his 5 turns on his lighthouses. And he's also, yeah, look at this. He's taking this down. We knew this was coming. This is an easy takedown here. Lots of tempo for Jack right now. Lots and lots of tempo for Jack as we see him take out Anshan, get down the harbor, 4 turns for the half price dock and Royal Navy Dockyard. He can buy a 2-2 in here. I'll be surprised if he doesn't buy a 2-2 in here, actually. He's working the 1-2-1 right now. I don't know why he doesn't buy a tile. He should be buying a tile in here. Not a big deal. It might have just happened, so not a big deal. Got an early Moksha in the capital for the big culture. Trade route. He got a trade route heading to Granada to help the speed of this settler, which is really nice. Really smart strategy. Also helps with gold. I guess he's planning on settling just something in here, I guess. Yeah. Thank you for the follows, everybody, by the way. The biggest carrier. What's going on, carrier? The biggest carrier. Good to see you. Thank you for the follow, bud. Design is a good idea. Good to see you. And Zhao Zhao, thank you very much for the follow as well. So Jackie, they buy him a settler. He finished 3 Royal Navy dockyards first turn, or on the same turn. Now he's going to finish 3 lighthouses the same way. He's going to clean up the early admirals. Bon to the jour, mon ami. Good to see you. Good to see you, bud. Thanks for being here. Galleys are up here. So we've got a lot of galleys out as well. So he's going to help control the waters. Actually trying to run a project here, harbor shipping project, to try and not die to all the admirals that Jack's going to clean up here. The biggest here, an enjoyable cast. Nice to see. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. You're AFK. You have tech shuffle and no galleys yet. What? Unlike some other casts we won't mention. Plus. Okay, so Jack, so this was the settle I wanted him to do. Maybe he is going to do that. He just took the road and he's coming around because it was a little bit faster than all the hills, I guess, probably, yeah. This is the settle I wanted him to do. And then he settles something kind of mediocre down here later. So I like to see that he moved up here. Probably like a 6th or 7th settle. I would think he would come up and grab this. And then, like I said, he can cover the... There's lots of nice settles up in here as well. Just no harbors for them. I would imagine he'll want to settle this in here as well. And something in here as well, you know. Control the ocean. Lighthouses in 3. There's no way he has the veterancy card yet. That's only turned 31. By the way, let's check out Golden Ages. I forgot all about checking. Everybody got their golden. Interesting. What's the yield on Tamiris? 11 gold. Ooh, let's see what do you think, chat? Chat. What do you think? 50 faith. 11 faith to turn. Monumentality. Tamiris. What do you think? Falcon, give me your opinion. Carrier, let me know. What do you think about that? Pen brush, free ink, and pen brush. Interesting. I always feel like I always feel like pen brush is better on Guitarja to go get your Zhongs quicker. I don't know why people go free ink on this so much. I think you go get your Zhongs is the play there. But what are you gonna do? Pen brush, free ink on Jack, no surprise there, and then free ink on Japan as well. Okay, I like the free ink call on Jack here with Victoria. You've got your early culture with Moksha that'll carry you, and you're going to get big science out of this. His yields are going to be really nice. 22 and 19 already. And as he gets more of these done, there's another 2 and 2 there. Yeah, he's going to settle that, get his harbor in here. He got the first one, +5 combat strength, promotion. Okay. Maori did a project. Maori went and did a project to get to here. And this is the second worst one. I tried to play Scythia Monumentality, but you need good Pantheon. Yeah, it's rough. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, Carrier, yeah. At 10 to 15 faith a turn, that's just not enough. Then you're using up all the faith that you could be using to buy horses. Like, I don't know. Just... I mean, it's not like he has, like, really big things going on, you know? I remember watching Falcon. You played a Scythia game maybe a month or so ago. I think it was you. Where you had just a bunch of disgusting Kurgans. Like, just, like, ridiculous, like, 10 or 15 of them. But yeah, with Earth Goddess not being as good as it was, yeah. Ooh, interesting. 4 cities, none of them good on Maori. Really, really sucky game for Maori, I feel like, comparatively. The lighthouse has come in, and then he'll be earning 9 points a turn. He's at 8. How did he get to 8? Oh, because this one finished. Okay. God of... Yeah, like, this is just... Yeah. Work in the 2-3. He can work into 1-3s. Probably get a trade route. A trade route, a food trade route in this city would be really valuable right now. He's going to have the trade route capacity very soon. Get some food into this city, and that city's going to rock with all these tiles. Lighthouse coming online. Like, Jack's just all in, just going and getting it. Campus. Okay, so audience chamber going in for Coupe. Jack doesn't know what to do with this with his did he put it down? He did. Yeah, Gov Plaza is down, by the way, and it's on iron, so that'll get him iron real quick. He can go into a campus here, so it'll help a campus. Oh, there'll be campus there. So this is actually don't go telling him, but this is actually a pretty good Gov Plaza. He's going to get a couple really juicy campuses out of it with the reefs. Yeah, actually a pretty good setup for him. And then he can even put in a couple more districts, or another district here as well. So it'll work all right for him. Yeah, it'd be nice, yeah. You had a great capital, but that was all? Yeah, I remember just seeing a ton of great tiles. Yeah. You can just buy some cav units, especially this guy with spam commercials. Yeah, exactly. Just spamming commercials, right? Free ink on guitars, it depends. If you don't have good campuses, you should go free ink. If you have good campuses, usually pen brush. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like they don't have good campuses, so you don't want to fall too far behind in science. I just like the idea of the early culture to get you to running projects here as well, to get that early culture, especially with Maori out on the field running can go science, right? Because they actually went culture. So they're going to fall behind on the science. If anything, I would have switched that. Let them run the early coverage on the seas and stay back here and get your zhongs with pen brush is what I would have done. I would have switched those two. But what do I know? That would have been my thought. That would have been smart, I thought. Yeah. We're going to get a set on here. Jack's got all kinds of galleys in the water. Like, all kinds of galleys in the water already. I like it a lot. Traders coming in. Gov Plaza Trader. We'll see what Jack's per turn is on Admirals, but I think it's going to be like 14 next turn. Japan's on 4. Indonesia's on 1. Like, Jack is just running away with the early Admirals. 11. Okay, because this one isn't done and this isn't done. Okay, yeah. I was like, when this is done and Lighthouse gets done, he'll be at 14. Which is insane. Having a really big game, Jack is. He was bitching, apparently he was pitching pretty bad earlier about his game and having to play Vicky, but lots of units out for Kree. We, of course, talked about the early Artemis. The encampment's gone down now. Good spot for the encampment, really. No Gov Plaza yet. A campus has been placed here. Really aggressive settle here. I don't know if I like it. I mean, you just set up shop right here with a couple of catapults. Good luck hitting Japan on the coast. Right? Like, this is really vulnerable city. Like, yeah. You just get to here. I mean, you don't want to stand on the floodplains too much, I guess, but yeah, you just like lurch in here last second with 3 catapults. Bang, bang, bang. Lots of builders out on Ledge. Gonna get some chopping and production going. Let's see where they at. Japan. Defensive tactics. Okay, so still not into feudalism builders yet, but just getting them out and getting them going. You like to see it. Let's see how Godspawn action's going over. Finally getting more settlers out. This settler is going to want to come north, like we talked about, where the forest fire did its thing. Settling, basically just getting a full surround. Getting a full surround here and here. And another settler here. Be interesting to see what he does with this one. He probably could feel pretty safe on the coast with Japan right there. Right? Like, Japan's kind of on their own. This isn't really where a lot of the naval action is going to take place. So they could potentially come and put something on the coast as well. For coastal traders even, right? International coastal traders, you probably want to just throw something on the coast. Somewhere, yeah. New Maori city is in danger. Oh. Yeah. Little dangerous. Little dangerous. Holding him here. He can swap him in. He can bring this one down. These guys can come. He's got a galleon 3 is pretty good. It won't show the actual combat against the city. Solving and taking out the city. Yeah, it probably dies. Yeah, it's dead. Even if they bought him a galley, it's over. He last moved, first moved it. He last moved, first moved it. Another admiral for Jack. The good one hasn't come up yet, which is interesting. Jack is passed on one, on this one here. Maori's going to pass on it. But the good news for Ulysse is that the next person up after these two pass is Japan. So Japan can take this one and time it with Jack, and Jack will snipe the last one, which is the +3. Harbor's almost done here. Lighthouse, traders. I'd like to see a trader come in here and start giving the city food. Because there's not even a 2 food tile to buy, so he's just working like, yeah. But he's gone. What is he doing? International? Yeah, he's just sending them in. Or no, he's just sending them through the water, I guess. He doesn't have any place to send it. So he's just got these going through the water. I'd like to see this trade route come up to this city and they get this city moving a bit. Gov Plaza's done. He is going audience. Thank you, Jack. I thought for a second I was going to lose my mind. And he was going to go ancestral for a second. Because he has all this land. I'm like, please, Jack, just ignore all of this. Go audience. Is Japan projecting? I don't know. They don't really need to, though. They're working like... They're getting a lot of points per turn already. No. So, yeah, Maori's passed, as suspected, because this one's not good. There it is. Boom. Yeah. They did it at the end of the turn. Japan got the points when it got cheaper, and then got the fleet admiral on Jack. Yeah, because as soon as it gets passed again, it got down to 20, so they were able to just do last second pass by. Easy. Yeah, they got shut out of the early admirals. Yeah. So the next one, the The next ones are 75, and the problem that Maori and Indonesia have is they're just going to get destroyed because England's got 11 point, and he's going to be at like 14 soon. So he's going to get to these so fast that you couldn't even. They just have to run nothing but projects to keep Jack from getting them all. Warlord's Throne. I don't know if I like that call. I mean, do you really need Warlord's Throne on this? I guess maybe. I don't hate it, I guess. Fleet promotion and 2 movement guy, yeah. And then he'll easily secure the +3 if they don't screw it up. Yeah, passing that was a big misplay. Maori needed to see it, right? He needed to see it and go, okay, well, there's no way that it's going to come back to me, right? One's gone. If I pass this one, actually 2 are gone. If I pass this one, they're going to snipe the other 2. He has to see Japan and England sitting right there, ready to snag the last 2, right? He has to see that coming, and he just needed to grab one. But he's like, oh, he got greedy and wanted to try and get the fleet. Well, you're not getting the fleet. That's out the door. Katarja was too late to help you. He took this city, by the way. It was obvious. And he's going to try and hold it. Looks like he's going to be able to because the capital's a long ways away. So free city for Jack. Royal Naval Dockyard's going down. Scythia's actually got a galley in the water. This galley could be in trouble, but he's got lots of them, so it's okay. It's all about the science, and Jack's winning the race. Although Firos is pretty good at 36 as well. They've gone audience. +4 campus. +4 campus in 4 turns. It'll be a +3 campus. Jack knows the value of that science. Almost got his audience done. This city will get lots of housing and food extra there. Jack. So basically, how this game has gone for Jack, all right, is gets a capital, makes a settler. They buy him a settler. He steals a city-state. He steals a city from the. He's built 2 settlers this whole game, and he has 6 cities. They bought him one. He took a city-state, and he stole a city from his neighbor. Like, when you can get to 6 cities while building 2 settlers, that's a lot of tempo. That is a lot of tempo. 4 cities over here. Audience for Mapuche. Big campuses. What's his yields right now? Mapuche, 33, 32. Yeah, he's got really good stats. I could tell just by looking at his spawn, he was going to have really big stats. Really big stats. Yeah, he's got them doubled up. 3 + 4 campuses, plus a commercial hub will come in here for big gold.
Wait a minute. Another purple button just showed up. Normal nom, normal heart.
Hey, Cyclist, how you doing? Another button has appeared. Thank you for that. And now Jack's going off on him passing him a 2 movement admiral with Viggy. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah. Good one. Have a good one, Moondoggy. Have a good day at work, bud. Good luck to you in your travels. So he lost that one, it looks like, but yeah. BBG is full of animals. Sticky Vicky holding the fire. Archer o'clock here. Just playing defense. Running an encampment project. Going to get a general. The horses have descended on Nagoya. This city could be in trouble. No general. The general's not there, but the general was there. Really be in trouble. They need to get him a unit in this city. The Japan settler? If I had to guess, I would say it's going. Not a lot of food here. I'm not a big fan of any of these settles. They might be coming in here somewhere. Maybe grab this. I don't mind this. 3-1 off the 1-3. Good campus, good harbor. You could set something up. I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, this city's in trouble. Yeah, they needed a unit in that city. They had the gold, too. They could have bought him a unit. This city dies. Unless they buy him a unit. Even then, it's going to be rough. They needed a unit last turn. They had the money. They could have bought him a sword. He upgraded this sword. It doesn't do any good here. Even better off just keeping this a warrior, throwing it in this encampment, and buying him a sword. He's going to lose that city. 4-city Katarja, running harbor shipping projects. Everybody's fighting for the admirals now, big time. Jack's at 13 a turn, naturally. Medieval Renaissance, of course. Lots more galleys coming. Jack's blocking this choke, covering this choke. Campus, another settler. Be curious to see what he takes a settler. Maybe I think this city's. He needs to get this city built. By the way, double reef. This is a nice campus here. +4 campus on there from Anshan. I didn't see that one earlier. Very nice. Very nice indeed. This must have been a tree chop, right? And he just wanted to speed up his Gulf Plaza, maybe. Goody Hut. Who's got control over city states yet? Chuck has Candy, and that's it so far. Japan taking a city state. They took Mexico City. Indeed, they did. That'll be really good for them. Set up trade routes to the internationals with him, because I was talking about him maybe going an international, or sorry, going coastal so he could get internationals going. This does the same idea for trade routes. I don't know where he took that settler though. Oh, he banked it around here. Okay. So he took this settler that was here, brought it all the way up here, and now he's got 2 settlers going north. He needs to be careful about this warrior. He's going to probably do 2 cities. He's going to do like a city here and a city here. +5 campus. Yeah, that's what he's doing. 2 cities there. 7 cities. I don't know if I like Warlord's Throne on him as the call. He's going to get science, so there's no rush. I don't think I like it. Nagoya got walls somehow. They must have chopped him, did he? He must have chopped walls. Oh, I didn't see it. He must have had a builder here somewhere, and he put in limes and chopped them out. I didn't see a builder to chop. He must have had a, yeah. He had a builder. I didn't see it. I missed the play. My bad, guys. Yeah, so he's going to come up here. I mean, the best city's actually up on this river. I don't know where he settles this. Maybe here, I guess. You can get 2 cities on this. You wanted. Another settler's out to come over here. Refish online. Good tempo. Feels like a really strong game for Ulysse right now. Feels like they're in really good control. Jack's had a great start. Maori did not have a good spawn or a good setup. They're trying to get a ton of galleys out. It's going to be a race to caravels, essentially. This game, essentially, right now, comes down to a race to caravels. Because if you get to caravels first, bye-bye pre-builds on the other guy, right? Still sitting on 3 cities for Kree. I don't like it. I like that he's gotten a general. I like that he's gotten some units out, but there's cities to be had down here. And if he tries to go 3 city defense against 2 neighbors, he's going to get destroyed. With a turbo capital like this, Warlord's Throne, I don't mind. He needed to get a couple more settlers and settle this river. There's lots of hills. Get a couple cities going. There's a nice campus in here. Like, he just needed to get more cities. Like, even 5 cities. Give himself some way to survive until somebody can help him. I don't know. Well, Mallory's got good science. They're both on 1-turn buttresses. Mallory's got 37 science. Jack's just gone to 45. That's going to give him an edge. How'd he get to 45? Oh, this camp is finished here. This camp is finished. He's got these 2 going as well. So, buttress into cartography. So that's going to give him a little bit of an edge. It's going to be about gold as well. And these guys are saving up gold, and these guys are not. So that's actually a big difference as well. These will come just as they get to caravels anyway, right? It's going to be all about gold. These guys need to start saving, because this money right here, that's a big difference right now. These guys are making pretty good gold. Jack's on 64 a turn. Hazagi's on 59, by the way. They're both making good money, but these guys are actually making more money and have more in the bank. That's a lot of caravel upgrades right there. If Jack is stuck begging for money in 5 turns, it's going to be a sad, sad day. Sad, sad day for them. Oh, free unit for them. Already thinking about Golden Age. Hanging Gardens coming in hot. A little bit of free sim Scythia going on. This is very dangerous, by the way. 2 coastals on these guys. If you don't win the Battle of the Seas, you're going to be wishing you had. Now, keep in mind, Scythia plays fantastic on the water. Free heals in the water for kills. Like, Scythia plays really well. Very underrated Civ on the water. But you better get moving on getting to the caravels. You just have to go top tree, which means if you're going top tree and going on the water, then that means Guitarja's stuck going bottom tree to defend herself. Yeah. So cartography in 5 versus cartography in 6. As we said, just a slight advantage on the science there now going along. Jack's actually switched to another galley here. Galleys here. He wants to get a ton of pre-builds out. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to have like a dozen pre-builds. And Maori's already on it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another one coming there. That'll be 13. How the Admiral's going. First one went to Guitarja. It was one of the bad ones. Generals. The guys who needed him got him, basically. The free trade route one. Everybody's passing the free trade route one. Who's going to make a play on it? Indonesia's doing a project. They're going to try and make a play with Maori here. Indonesia's going to finish a project. Did they finish a project just now or just before? No, they have one more. They have one more turn on their project. Oh, it's already happened. Okay, so Maori got the +3 combat strength. So they made a play. Interesting. So they made a play. Japan made a play on the trade route one, which was the smart play to get. But the problem is that Jack, it came to Jack and he had to take the +1 range for all naval units. Because if he'd have passed this, then they would have made a play and he would have lost out. That's what happened to Maori last time, is he got greedy and he lost out. So Jack had to take whatever came here, because if he passes, then Maori passes, and the following turn, Indonesia takes it, and then Indonesia passes it into Maori. So then Jack would have lost out. So he had to take what come, and so then the +3 did go to Maori, which is a big, big deal. The +3 on Maori is a big deal. That's going to help him a lot. 4 turns to 5 turns, so it's going to be a very tight battle. Again, it's all about the gold right now. Chuck's still spending it. No, he's not making any. That's his problem. Okay. These guys are making a lot more gold. Almost 200 a turn. In fact, 200 a turn to 120 a turn. And they better save every last drop of it right now, because they're going to need every penny of it. They're going to need every penny of it for Jack's caravels. Trying to get as many pre-builds. He knows that this campus doesn't matter right now. In fact, I would have turned this one off as well, because this campus isn't going to save him, really. Oh, wow. Did he run a... How did he get to 51? Did he run a... Oh, no. Right now, it's a tie. It's 3-3. They're going to get there. Campus in one might speed him up by a turn. You don't know. It might just speed him up by a turn, but he needs to be getting caravels out as fast as he can. He's going to come down and settle this, as we suspected. Will he just settle the nubbin, probably? Or will he maybe he'll settle this, just a little bit safer city. But at this point, he probably doesn't want to worry about being safe. More pre-builds coming. Lots of guitars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15. There's going to be 18 pre-builds for Maori. That's a lot to compete with, Jack. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, they have to see this red number and be worried. He needs them bad. And you can't slow down, right? You can't, like, you can't be like, oh, let me wait a couple turns to get a couple more galleys, then I'll go get cartography, because then you lost. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he should be doing, is yelling at his team to not use gold, because they have to see all this gold accumulating and be like, he's going to have 15 caravels soon. I'm going to lose my pre-builds if you guys don't F off with the gold spending. Like, every penny from here on out, every turn, just send it to Jack so you don't spend it by accident. No tile purchases, no upgrades, no nothing. These can finish. Can he chop this one? Doesn't look like it. 3 more. He's going to be okay. He's got pretty good production. You'll have to hard build some, maybe. Maybe he settles that nubbin. I'm not sure what the scouts are all about. Just, oh, maybe protecting from Granada? No, he owns Granada. Okay. Lej has a CAD. Chuck got Yerevan and Candy. Interesting plays. Let's see. Japan, they did settle this nubbin here. Always interesting when you see 2 different land masses, so you can settle 2 tiles apart instead of 3. He's coming up here to settle the diamonds, looks like. Samurais are out. Just full mobilization here. The horse push is on. We have been paying attention to the water. Oh, mercenaries, by the way. Oh, that's what the it's. Oh, yeah, good point. building scouts to get 8 land units. I always think I'm forgetting about that. Mercenaries in 4. That's going to be a big difference. Is the culture? Do they have mercs? Mercs in 4. That's a big deal. See, they don't have... He's a long ways from mercenaries. He's going to get... He went naval tradition to double his harbors. And civil service... He's a long way from mercs. That's going to be a game changer. I just kind of assumed that they would both be, like, beelining it. Yeah, I think he just finished it. Cartography next turn for both of them. And I think Jack just finished it. He did just finish it. Now, it's interesting play, right? Because it makes him late to it makes him late here, but he's still 6 turns. This got boosted by his team, 6 turns from an alliance. But he can now, next turn, he'll be able to upgrade at half the price, which is going to make up the difference in the lack of gold. Because there's big gold here, and not nearly as big a gold here, but he'll be able to do it at half the price, which is a big game changer. Exactly, he needs twice as much gold. Exactly, yeah. That's a misplay on Maori. That's the second big misplay on Maori, kind of. He's done well to get his pre-builds, but passing on the Admiral was an oops, and then not rushing because he's got the yields. He has actually more culture than Jack, and he's had the culture all game. That could have got him there, but he's in recorded history right now. That's just a misplay. Getting mercenary boost is huge. Next turn, Jack gets a lot of caravels, and Maori gets a lot less. Now he has a ton of gold, 1,700 gold. That's a lot of money, but he can get him. He'll have the gold. He doesn't need mercs. Jack's gonna have around 950. So he'll literally have twice as much money. It's going to be terrible. They have the gold for it, but he will have +8 with civil over Jack. Yeah, he has the +3 Admiral, and he'll have +3 with civil. But I don't know for long, though. Jack's got recorded in 1. It's only going to be maybe for 1 turn. Actually, civil service is 6. They might get it the same turn still. Honestly. Recorded in 1, and then he's right into civil service. Depending on maybe for 1 turn he'll have it. Oh, is it getting boosted? Oh yeah, you're right. Hazagi will boost it, so he'll get it. He'll have it in he'll have it for 3 turns. He'll have it in 3 turns. Yeah. So the upgrades will come in. The gold just getting shedded. All the gold should be coming to Jack right now. Every last bit of it. He'll have the fleet. If he manages his fleet caravel properly, he'll be okay. God, look at him just pouring through the money. Oh my God. It hurts to watch. Malm's already got his golden secured. Everybody else just working on it at the moment. I did see Hanging Gardens play. Did they lose it? Somebody must have got it on him. Oracle in 1. I don't see Hanging Gardens. He did settle the nubbin, by the way. I'd see him settle that as well. So these guys are very vulnerable right now. He's going to need to move out, and the combat will begin. On this front, it's not looking good. The samurai push, Kree is in a lot of trouble. The samurai push, this city was a really big mistake, I feel like. He didn't even need caravels for it. He just came in here and just started smashing. Samurai push, this city falls. He's having to fall back with all the archers. He is 10 turns machinery. 10 turns machinery. Did Hungary get it? How am I not seeing it? He made a play here. Oh, look at these campuses. By the way, they got dueling campuses on the Amicale or Pamagale. How am I not seeing Hanging Gardens? Oh, there it is there, right in the middle. Jesus Christ. Okay, the action has begun. Very vulnerable here, Jack. The Caravel fleet is very vulnerable. Already, Jack's in trouble here. This city's trying to flip. He needs to shift enter this back. Oh, Jackie. Jack knows he's in trouble. Civil service in 2 versus civil service in 4. So he's going to be 2 turns without it. A lot of caravels. I didn't see the beginning of the combat because I was checking out the other front, but it did not go well. Well, actually, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Square rigging is basically a tie. He's controlling this, but it's also vulnerable to a counter here. This guy's got to come and get upgraded. Yeah, Caravel controlling this. Campuses are going up. He's going to have big science here shortly, but 70 to 61 still. And with all this going on, 5 turns in the era, Jack is not looking good for Golden right now. Fiersos is looking terrible for Golden. He looks like he's going dark. The story looks like he's going to grab it on Free Sim. Lej got a good chance. Chuck, not bad. Yeah, what happened, Jack? Indeed. He needs to get this unit back is the biggest thing. He needs to get the units back and protect his coast. Because there's a lot of caravels coming. And he can protect what he's got. But he can't keep losing more units. He's got to keep the... Discord lagging. Oh, you're right. I was thinking he could go, but this is killing him. I was thinking he could come back, and he's kind of screwed. The only hope he would have, the problem is this unit here, is if he could come in with these caravels and double slam this galley, then this guy could get out. But this galley is actually trolling him pretty hard. I think he loses that fleet. He loses the fleet admiral. I overextended with the fleet admiral. And I said it. I said it before he started moving. I'm like, he's got to use the fleet admiral properly. You don't want to overextend just to get a kill and get stuck. I don't think he has a play. Because he can only hit this once, so he's not going to one-shot this. He's not going to one-shot this galley, even with an admiral. Because if this would die, then he could get out, no problem, right? Because if this was not here, he could just go straight out, like straight back this way. He knows things are a little dangerous right now because he's building walls. It's limes o'clock. At this point, you just have to let this go. I don't think you want to try and worry about protecting it, honestly. I mean, he could protect this, but I don't think you want to worry about this. I think he needs to move these units back. It was an interesting play here. He kept the galleys as a choke, even though they might die, knowing he can't afford to promote them anyway. And so he's got the caravels back here. I'm going to go let the dog out. I'll be right back. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay, was that the end of the turn? Okay, so he might be okay then. Yeah, if some of them die, they die. But you just keep him there as a front line while he does the promos. So he can have good positioning. So he can actually kill this now. If he gets 3 first moves off, he's okay. This caravel slams, and then he can get out. But he needs 3 first moves. Or at least he needs to do 3 moves before he can do 3 moves, essentially. Because Maori's gonna try and triple slam this, right? Maori's gonna try and triple slam this. No, because his first move should be here. Maori's first move should be caravel here. So he needs to literally kill this and move this before he can move this unit here. Because if he moves this here, then he's still zone of controlled, even if this dies. The only way is for all 3 of these tiles to be clear so he can go to the crab. He needs 3 first moves right now. Ding, ding, ding. Tuning into Jack for reaction. We'll clip if we're 30 what? Oh, because there was a rejoin. Oh, because there was a rejoin. Oh, I gotcha. I forgot. Yeah, there was still moves to be made. Oh, I thought we were waiting for the turn to go over. So this is a problem for him, though. This is a problem for him here, though. He needs to... This is going to be very interesting. This unit can make it. Okay, the shift ender's actually lined up for him okay, though. He was able to get a good line. This isn't ideal, but he was able to close this off. He needs another caravel here. Not a lot of gold. This lines up pretty well. It's not bad. He actually got the shifts into position pretty good. He's able to move back one and then lock in the line. So it was okay. I was trying to figure out what's going on. I thought that the turn was... I thought the turn was rolling over. My apologies for the dog. I thought the turn was rolling over, and I'm like, what is happening here? That was an even trade. He's trying to see if he can penetrate here, but I don't think so. Look at all the movement on Jack. 9 movement caravel. No good content for you. Jack is outnumbered, I think, though, right? 5... Wait, 1... 9... Oh, no, it's actually 9-9. Oh, wait, no, counting this one, it's 10. 5... Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, it's 10-9. And those caravels got deleted. I don't mind this, but you got to be careful you don't get surrounded, right? But the promo will help him. Step in and take the promo. Holding the line. The quadrims will also help him get a few shots in, right? Those are also pre-builds, although you can control your pre-builds with Niter, so it's not as big a deal. A couple pre-builds coming here. Jack's trying to get more pre-builds for the frigates, because frigates are the big difference maker, right? Oh, yeah, Civil next turn. Jack is assuming he has a teammate with it. Oh yeah, just yeah, they've got lots of culture. Yeah. So he's backed off here to save his units. Oh, Jack's actually using these for these scouts for he was getting a bunch of scouts for support bonus. I don't know if he's dead. If anything, he's backed off here a little bit. He's going to be in trouble, but he's holding a pretty good line. He did lose the promoted one. I didn't like that move. He got triple teamed and lost the promoted one. I don't know why he did that. Does Pyramid have Niter? Yes. Oh, sorry. I'm looking on the wrong side. No. None of them have Niter. Chuck's got 5, and Destoria started to earn it. None of them have it. On there. This is a good hold here. This is only going to get hit twice, so that's not terrible. Good support bonus there. Yeah, this is good for Jack to back up a little bit. Just buy himself a little bit more time, of course, because he's just waiting on civil service in 2 turns to get his alliance. The pre-builds are coming in. Square rigging in 3 for both. Stats. Jack's up to 88 science right now, by the way. The sacrificial scouts. He shifted them back. Really nice play with the scouts, actually. Jack's trying to get a frigate for Golden. I mean, he needs more than a frigate for Golden. Chuck made his, by the way. Destoria made his. Lege is going to need to pull something off. Jack the normal ager. Well, we'll see. Warlord's Throne finally coming in. The +5 campus is down. +4 campus here. That's going to give him some good science. Getting a military. Yeah, he put the city. I wouldn't have built it there personally. I would have built it here. But because he's going to end up putting districts on all these really good tiles. But this is crazy. Buy the 3/3 for crying. Oh, I couldn't really buy tiles at the moment because Jack needed it. Really good for Jack that he got the Caravel fleet out and also has a promotion on it now. The Kree situation, dying like dog. Yeah, dying like dog. The beautiful Artemis City. Yeah, we knew he was going to have a lot of trouble, but the 3-city play, I feel like you got to get to 5, get your science up. Like, he just fell behind. Like, he's still not at crossbows. Like, he had to get the crossbows was his only hope, and you weren't going to do it on 3 cities. Anyway, that's my thought. Anyway, I don't think you get there on 3 cities. I think you've gotta just force yourself to get to 5 cities, build the campuses, and get the science and get the crossbows. Who did he go in the cap though? Okay, now he's got. Did he have Magnus or Pingala in the cap originally? I hope. I don't know. Host assistant turn. Think about it. Yeah, Kree is in big trouble. Oh, free unit for Jack. Mexico City did like a dog. Mapuche's gotten his sim going as well in the background. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. What did they go for Gov? Well, that's Diplo. He did go audience. Very good. Nice little force fire working for him over here. If that, it looks like it's died, so it's not going to extend. But yeah, this would be a good city here. Nice campuses, options in here. Walls in 2. You better go quick. You better go quick. Kree's trying to get an escape settler through horses, and the walls are going to stop him. Oh, that's sad. Escape settler in the form of a city-state kill, and it's just not going to work out for him. Oh, by the way, sorry, so Jack is falling back here. He does have alliance now. Oh, sorry. What am I looking at? Oh, he's got nothing there. He's really holding a long line here. Really close battle there, actually. This one's got a promotion, so it's doing better. Square rigging next turn for both of them. Jack's going to be able to get some frigates up and make a big change to the overall picture here. Assuming he has gold, they will have some gold for him to do some frigate upgrades. If you can get a couple frigate upgrades, that can change the math a little bit. Yeah, it'll change the math. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rory, no barking. Couple frigate upgrades here, but it'll be further behind. Still no Niter on this side. And Niter on this side, they've given it to Jack. He has 9. And there's 3 on Chuck. And 1 more on Distoria. So the Niter situation's really in the favor of these guys right now. But certainly the upper hand at the moment going to Maori. Actual frigates started here. That's actually cost him some of his Niter, I think. He's only got 9 and he needs 10 for the promo. He needs... Okay, he upgraded this one. Okay. Oh, he's got the card in, so he's only using half. Okay. So he can do 1 more. Frigates can definitely change the math in this situation. And he can't... He's got them here, but he does, they don't have any... Like... I don't see any Niter on his land, so it's going to have to be an ally. Kree, of course, is dead. And then over here... There's Niter here, but does he not have the tech? He has it next turn. Next turn, and then they'll have to buy it for him. And that's the only Niter they have on the team. Oh no, there's Niter here as well, but that'll be hard to control. That tile. Oh, Congress? Yeah, they want to do it right now. Oh, by the way, I thought it was 1 more turn. And there's only 1 option here, so... So, B wax, B, I wonder how, I wonder why, and B wax. B, B, and B. Yep, there we go. Yeah, they ended up in normals. Dark, normal, dark, golden for Hazagi. Golden's in here, so Pembrush for the lucky contestants. And straight into dark for Coupe. No, I started that, but then he said me A, you B. He said to me, he's going A, I'm going B. Wax on, wax off. So I went B. I locked in A, and I was going to tell him I'll go A, but then he had typed it first, so it doesn't matter. Last second moves. He's going to need the frigates to change the calculus here. Where is his fleet? The fleet's here. The fleet's in trouble. He needs to swap. He needs to get the fleet out. He needs to get the fleet to this tower right here. Bring the frigate up and get a shot in. Start changing the math. Holding this out. Look at this. There's like a glitch. Holding this side here is kind of hurting him. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he still hasn't lost a unit, but he's just got to be careful here. It's pretty even trades, and the frigates can change the calculus, like I said. Harbor shipping, what's coming in here? Hypatia went to Destoria, by the way. Maybe a project from Hungary could grab that free trader unit. The Admiral. Oh, wow. Armada. Jack. Wow. Armada. And he's not running any projects. Is Jack running a project? He is. He's got one project. 3 turns, he gets an Armada. Seems pretty bad for Japan to miss Golden considering as EU. Yeah, but he is in a war. He was pushing for a war, and I guess he just wasn't paying that close attention to Euroscore. Yeah, four free points is pretty good, but it's certainly no guarantee. And if you don't have time to build wonders and stuff because you're building units to go kill somebody, it's second Golden's not easy. Like the only people who got it were the people in Free Sim who were able to build wonders, essentially, right? So he's backing off here now because he knows he's going to lose the frigate battle. He knows he'll lose the battle of the frigates. This frigate stepped up and took a shot. Oh, a little bit of overcommitment there to kill the scout. And he lost a unit over it. That was kind of silly. Almost like Jack is trolling with these scouts. Yeah, he has to because of the frigates, right? That's the biggest difference in the game. Is all of a sudden the frigates start hitting your galleys before you get the, like, you know, so it's like you don't get to overwhelm them with more galleys, or with more caravels. It's just the frigates hitting first, right? And you're toast. Yeah, he wants scouts on every tile, yeah. It doesn't get used a lot, but it works. I saw a Noob doing it about a week or two ago, playing some Naval. Yeah, the scout. Well, the thing is, the scouts can act as a distraction, but they give support bonus, is what it is. She's going to try and first move it. This must be shift enter. No, he won't have a shift enter. He won't have a shift enter. From the way it was explained to me, is that they just give extra support bonus, not that they 84-36. Free ink is over. Yeah. It's extra support. And they're a way to get exactly. Is if you have a line of caravels and you have a couple scouts on the outside, then they have to kill those scouts to get around you, so it uses up their attack for a turn, right? So it keeps you from getting flanked. But yeah, it's just a flanking bonus, yeah. They need desperately to get Niter. two. He's got 2. He's going to get another one online next turn, so he'll be getting 4 a turn. But that's the only Niter on the team. That is really bad because he needs it to go. He's just going to kind of lose this battle now. I think the Niter's the game changer, yeah. 2 a turn from Izagi, he's just not going to cut it. He's got a lot of pre-builds here, but he's not going to be upgrade him like... I mean, he's going to be 4 a turn in fact, he might have done this turn, did he? Oh, he's got crossbows now anyway. A little late, but... yeah, he's got both of them online. Yeah, like a lot of frigates here. So he's got to be careful with that, though. Definitely a free thing. It's a lot of trouble right now. Jack's got him on the ropes. The biggest thing is if he's going to get any help. If Maori doesn't get any help on the Maori doesn't get any help on the water, it's definitely over. He's just getting him pushed back into a corner here, and he's just in a lot of trouble. Like all of this, like here comes some caravels here, so this could be a liberate, and then a sneak in behind. Like this is what needs to happen, right? Cartography done, I suppose. What's the gold look like? They've got good gold. They could get a replenishment here. They got a replenishment coming. They still have Zhongs coming. You know what's actually interesting is what's going to be the difference in the game is whether or not Lej gets himself involved in the naval. He's got a long ways to go and a short time to get there. What's the fastest way? He can actually get through both ways. But if he doesn't get involved, like he should have some galleys and stuff on the way over to here. Just any pre-builds to start getting over here. Because it's going to be a 3v1. Right? Like Scythia is good in the water. Don't get me wrong. They're not like overwhelmingly strong because they don't have special units. But they trade well. Scythia trades really well in the water with their unique ability. So if they get some more units out, get some caravels, and it's caravels and Zhongs. These quadrems are going to turn into Zhongs, and it's going to be a whole new ball game. It'll be a whole new ball game. Walls in 3 will save this city because he can only hit it 1 at a time. He's backed off here because he knows help can come. He needs quadrems. He's got to try and hold a choke here. It's going to be about the speed of this, right? This is appearing here.
Though its face
Wow.
may change throughout the ages, history is written from the hand of the victor.
They didn't even want to try.
By your actions
Wow.
this day, you ensure our people.
I mean, Kree's dying and is almost dead. But like Yeah, I don't know. Like Zhongs do require some niter, but you can get a few of them up, right? Like they've got 4 a turn. But yeah, it just walls were gonna take too long. Yeah, these cities were just gonna start falling. Yeah, just don't. Like these guys could get nothing done. Under pressure here means they can't do much. Yeah, the science was the big key. The science was the big key. No doubt about it. Let me go here. Guess I can go here maybe. See if anybody wants to come in. Jack's still bitching about Vicky being shit. Well, he got a god spawn, so he can't bitch too much. Yeah, he just got overwhelmed. The frigates was the ball game. Niter. Like if he'd have had Niter, he could have had 6 or 8 frigates waiting for him here when he fell back, right? He could have fallen back and gotten a line going with frigates in behind it, and it would have been another stalemate. But yeah, I think the scouts helped a lot for sure. The support bonus on the scouts is a big difference. Helped him on the flanks as well. He had scouts way out on the edge that kept him from getting around him, right? Because hello. Congratulations on the very quick victory.
Thank you.
Jack, I heard that you weren't too happy about playing Vicky.
Yeah, because it's not in BBG. I think it's shit. And I was extremely upset about playing Vicky.
Yeah.
You said after we load into the game, sadly I could have played Vicky too, but I would have do worse than you.
I mean, you got a bit of a god spawn too, so you can't complain too much.
Yeah, that's what I thought, and they bought me Settler. This is.
I know they fed you so hard. It's like buy you a Settler, free city state to kill, super quick.
Exactly. I tell my team it's a god spawn. Vicky shit.
Yeah, yeah. You had a beautiful setup with your campuses and a couple 3-2 bananas. Yeah, it was really good. Really good setup, and it was interesting because in the first map, Maori was they were just set up with beautiful cities really quick. Turn 2 settle with really nice tiles and a honey 4-1 base. Like was going to be in a really big position to actually disrupt your game, Jack. But then you guys obviously Destoria had a horrible spawn with Hungary. I'm assuming was probably the reason for
GG.
for the remap. GG's,
GG,
yeah.
guys.
GG les gars.
And then this time Maori just got kind of a pleb start compared to what they got on the first map, and then no niter. No niter was a bit of a problem for Pyramid. So yeah, anyway.
Scouts in the water too.
Yes, the scouts in the water. I saw Noob doing that about a couple weeks ago. Maybe he had scouts on every one of his ships.
They give support bonus and
support
don't
bonus,
get
yeah.
one-shotted by caravels. So if you just have more scouts, it's complete aids to push or fight.
Yeah, it's the support bonus is a huge difference maker.
Isn't it fixed while they are in the sea?
No, it's not fixed.
I don't think. I mean,
Okay.
you can...
I thought it was
I played against Indonesia a few weeks ago, and Jonks were plus 12 support bonus. I was like, what the fuck?
I think it's fixed. Like if the unit. Actually, I don't remember. No, I remember they fixing one of the support bonus. I think it's like if it's on land, it doesn't give support bonus or something like that.
Yeah, land units don't give support to a naval unit, but if it's in the
Yeah,
water.
but if they're embarked, they still give support bonus.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, what's
It
crazy
says
about the
here,
Zhongs too is with the Zhongs, if you link them up,
Yeah,
then
plus
they get the unit can move as just as fast as the boat, right? Because the
yeah,
the
but
unique
also
ability.
it gives John gets another plus,
Yeah,
so it's extremely hard to kill.
it's a little absurd because it's easier to have them in the sea than on the land.
yeah. So yeah,
I mean,
I was curious to ask Pyramid about the decision not to remap. Was there a discussion about potential remap on the?
Yes, we was not agree about the remap. We was wanted to remap and two that doesn't want to remap.
Yeah.
And finally, we was like, it's the first game. Spawns are not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
We should play and keep a remap for the next game.
our spawn were okay and our position were not great, but for best of 3, we didn't want
You
to
didn't want to
use a.
waste it. Yeah. Yeah, it was an interesting. Did you guys know that Mapuche was there
No,
on Kree as well? You didn't know at that point? Okay, I didn't think you did.
we
'Cause
didn't know either England or Mapuche, so it could be the opposite, like England next to Korea and Mapuche next to.
Yeah, the
yeah.
continent is very
Mhm.
very big, and I'm right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was tough. As soon as one of the first things I saw when I logged in was Kree's spawn, and I'm like, oh my god, like rush Artemis, this is god tier. But then I looked around, I'm like, oh god, they're gonna get double teamed. And there's like no expands. I'm like, oh shoot, man, god tier capital, and nothing you can do.
Did you receive by a settler to Japan, or just a good start?
We paid to Vicky.
Yeah,
Okay.
they got it. Yeah, exactly. They got it. Gave it to Jack. He had a really, really good, powerful start. Really good expands.
Okay.
And in fact, their whole team really didn't need. Probably part of the reason the whole team had good spawns. Nobody needed tiles. Nobody really needed scouts or anything like that. So they probably, I guess, they just figured let's save up some gold and buy a scout or buy a settler.
I see 3-2 bananas on Vicky and Mapuche.
Yeah.
I just had a perfect spawn for Hungary, and I also find a +1 envoy in hut.
Yeah, I said that. That's like, oh my god! Anytime you can have, the 5 tiles around, and I just like Gov Plaza across the way, commercial hub across the way, +4 campus, 2-2 culture, 3-2 banana, like, ugh, just gross.
Yeah. Also, my other city was pretty good, and the forest fire on the north.
Oh, and the forest
man.
fire! I know the forest fire.
Oh
just
man.
just feeding you. I couldn't believe the
Yeah.
forest fire as well because you were looking so good with so many good districts and campuses to build, and then all of a sudden I look up and there's a forest fire. I'm like, oh, Turbo
My
City up
plan
there
was
as well.
to go like 7-8 city and then all in on Malm.
Yeah, it was gonna be a tricky spot. The only way that they would have survived is really. It was interesting because Scythia made a choice to go on the sea a little bit because they didn't have a lot of space otherwise. Anyway, they had kind of crap expands, but it kind of felt like Scythia was going to need to come and help protect Guitarja. Sorry, who was Melm was playing, right? And then so that Melm could help in the water. But yeah, it was because it would have been interesting. Like the caravels were coming. It just maybe 2 or 3 turns sooner with caravels from Melm would have made the difference to help keep them off. I don't know.
I could have a big fleet to help Fierceos, but Jack have level 1 caravels that will be very hard to kill.
Yeah.
And everyone is losing everywhere, so it was over. But about Scythia defending Indonesia, I think it's not that easy to protect someone because you your friend land, you can't use city centers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's pretty far away from your.
I could just put Crusade on your city and would be fine. If that was the plan, but I changed my mind and went Naval instead because it was a bad situation.
Yeah.
I realized the Maori was getting pushed.
Scythia does well on the naval too, right? But then it's just a matter of gold. Like now you need 3 people to upgrade into caravels, and you had a Knighter problem.
You can't upgrade the fleet to everyone, so I think it's better to choose and put admirals and the gold on one guy, so we can make the best use of it.
Yeah, it was a tale of two maps because the first map looks so good for you for Pyramid there, and on the flip side, the second map was the complete reverse, and one team chose to use a remap and the others didn't. And I think that was the difference.
Yes, they choose wisely.
Yeah, it was a good choice.
Why didn't you go next to the Pamukkale with your third city?
Because it's too close to Angara, and at this moment I don't know if he's going to rush me with classical units, and I'm pretty easy to kill because I go for range units, but also I go for harbors, and I can put campuses because I need to cut jungles. I think this position was pretty hard to play.
Yeah, it was tough for sure.
I did go campus and commercial first. I don't know if you noticed on the points, but
Yes, but I noticed it really late in the game because in the 20 or 31st turn you only make builders and cities, and I don't see what you're going for. So I have to make some defense because if I go blind like Spriggan did with Barkingham, and you choose to go on me, I'm just dead and I can do nothing. And
I agree on that, but the land was just too good to go Irel, better sim and get you later with more facility.
I'm just not sure. I don't sure where Melm could have gone though. Like he didn't. I mean, he maybe could have got a couple more Papega cities out, but he just didn't have much space at all. Like he couldn't go up the north coast because it would have been completely exposed to Hungary. And I mean, he could have settled the lake, I suppose, but it's like a couple hills total. Yeah, it was just a tough spot. It's interesting because on turn 8, you just don't have that much information, but probably by about turn 15, you guys were probably like, ugh, probably should have respawned or remapped.
In my mind, the only way to be useful in this position is to make a fleet and help Maori to destroy Victoria, but it was too late.
Yeah.
And whatever I will be destroyed by Hungary. Maybe turn 40, maybe turn 80, but I can't avoid that.
Yeah, it was inevitable. So the key is to help one of your guys try and kill one of them, right?
Azagi, why did you build Theater Plaza?
To boost culture for Maori and Indonesia.
Why
Because
didn't
they go full
you
science.
go pen and brush first, then skip the Theater Place?
Because I had a better start this way, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
because
kind of.
Everybody was low on culture, yes.
Yeah, I was curious about the play to go Monumentality there on like. I think he had like 12 or 14 faith to turn.
I think it was decent. I had good enough faith to boost my early game and not enough districts to make good use of culture early.
Okay.
So I think Monumentality was best, so I can chop gold faster.
Yes,
and,
that was efficient.
Yeah, I mean it was a good start for you to get a couple extra settlers and a couple builders.
And you didn't have enough gold to help Maoris on the sea?
Well, we did. I sent him like 2,000 gold.
Oh yeah, they had tons
and
of
you
gold.
upgrade without mercenary card, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was.
Yeah, Jack did upgrade with it.
Yeah, that was the difference.
Mercenary before Alliance.
It was an interesting battle on the tech tree because before I took a close look at the tech tree, I was looking at the gold. I'm like, oh my god, because it looked like Ulysse was spending all their gold, and there was like 2,000 gold on the other side. I'm like, oh my god, when it comes time for caravels in 5 turns, there's gonna be a big trouble. But then somebody in chat actually pointed out, oh wait, what about mercenary card? And Jack was going to mercenaries, and Maori wasn't, and so it was just like 2,000 gold on caravels versus like 900, and it was the same result.
Jack had like slightly more culture since the start of the game.
Yeah.
And I need naval tradition to get my caravel as fast as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you had to rush naval tradition for sure to get the free ink.
When I have caravels, I had 10 turns and 10 mercenaries, even if I rush it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you didn't try to kill Vatican, Azagi.
I mean, it's a shit city, and I didn't have a classical for a long time.
Okay. And why Nerevar made the horses? Maybe Swordsman was better to hold the position. I don't know. Were you missing iron or something at the beginning of the game?
No, I don't think I improved as soon as I had the tech. He only asked for horses. I don't know.
I think he just improved a lot of horses and went straight on it, so it was just logical for him.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't really check.
Okay, it was a tough map for you guys.
Yeah,
tough map.
It was just
the first one was very easy though.
Yeah, the first one would have been a windfall, and then the second one, I'm like, they better return the favor and remap. And but you just didn't have the information, like you said, like you didn't know that. If you knew what you knew at turn 15, right, you would have done it. But at turn 8, it didn't look quite as bad for you.
That's the problem with this map.
There was nothing catastrophic in our spawns.
That's the thing is and then all of a sudden, Kree is like Japan's even closer than you thought, and then oh shoot, Mapuche's here as well, and Mapuche had like glorious campuses and stuff. Like the setup was just in like mountains everywhere, so they could get their unique tile improvements and stuff. Like it was just they were just gonna have such a great sim, and it was death for Kree.
And Kree's second city was so far.
It was like a 8-turn settle or something like that.
Yeah, at some point he had like 2 cities and gained 4, I think.
Yeah, it was really tough. There was no good cities because you obviously couldn't go coastal, and then like up the river, like the Cotton would have been a nice settle, but then the last thing you want to do is put a city on the coast when Japan's min distance from you, and so you kind of have to walk to the river, and it's just.
And maybe Nerevar tried a little bit too much to go on the Lich. I don't know. He tried to surprise him, but maybe.
Yes, but he have to, because he is dead. He will be destroyed by samurais and Mapuche.
I'm not sure he can push Lich at this moment.
It's not about pushing. It's about being annoying.
He's not in the position he can be annoying.
I think he can't just stay here and wait to be destroyed.
Oh no, sure, but he had 1 or 2 settles just at the right, which are good.
But what's the point?
Not that bad. I mean, not good, but not that bad.
What's the point to make more cities? Giving
Just
more cities
more
to
stats,
the other team?
I mean, personally, I mean, it wasn't a great spot, and he was gonna die. But I think you last a lot longer if you get to 5 cities. 2 more really quick settlers out of that god tier capital. Send them right. There's a really nice river with lots of hills on it. Couple good campuses. Get to crossbows faster.
Yeah, I'm talking about that.
If he's going for 5 cities with Mapuche, I'm not going on the top one, and I'm going south to split the army.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that's just the way I saw it. Is with 2 people on you, I mean, like I said, eventually you're making cities that the other guys are probably going to get. But I think you just live a little longer, maybe.
Yeah, Kree defense could be better, but he did it well. I mean, not that bad.
The problem is that he had no swordsman.
Yes, the swordsman is way better than.
Yeah, he only had horses. So when Mapuche came, if he had the swordsman next to Mr. Pacific, he was fine.
Yes.
But he got destroyed by Mapuche with the flame.
It's over.
I suicide all my units to kill every archers.
And maybe the Grey settle because he settled his third cities in a non-fresh spot. So maybe, I mean, it's a good city to defend, but maybe later because it's not giving him any stats.
Yeah.
I don't.
I was when I saw that settler heading north, I was a little bit nervous about where he was going to take it, and I just felt like the rivers on south of the if you go south of the mountains,
exactly.
It's more defensible back there. There's some campuses. Yeah, and there's actually like a ton of hills. There's chops. Like you could have put Magnus in the first city and chopped out like what 8
but
trees.
At the end, we all agree. At the end, he dies. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a matter of
matter of time. Maybe he could have reached a crossbow. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he got the crossbows at the very end, but yeah, crossbow. Like if you get a couple more of good campuses down, it's just going to get you to crossbows quicker, right? And then your defense lasts that much longer, and you don't die to samurai, but maybe you die to,
I think the
like
point
an
to
industrial
get
push or whatever.
He should have put campuses earlier in the game.
Yeah, sure.
To get crossbows, but I don't think more cities is really relevant.
I'm not sure about the Artemis though.
To be honest with you, I thought Artemis was fine. It took him 5 turns, and that city with so many hills is just like, I mean, that thing was just turbo. I didn't mind the Artemis investment, to be honest with you. A lot of times I hate it. Like people do like a 7-turn Artemis and they've got like 8 or 9 hills, and it drives me nuts. But it was almost every tile was a hill, and I didn't mind the play, honestly. I would have liked to have seen a couple more cities. That's my opinion anyway. Everyone's entitled, I guess.
Okay.
I'm off, guys. Thank you for the game.
GG.
Good luck tomorrow. I'm not playing, but good luck to both teams.
GG's. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Last thing, Fierceos, why did you put a city in front of Jack?
I didn't realize how the map was. I intended to settle it on the right.
On the right, yeah, we saw.
But I expected like 3 galleys to come.
Yeah.
So I settled on the left, and I realized I didn't think there was. I mean, I didn't realize the galley that was on the right was so close to be on the left as well.
Yeah, Jack.
Oh, you didn't realize there was a passageway there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if that was closed off, you'd have been fine. You could have got the city up and gotten a couple galleys out, but all you had to do is 1 turn, flip around the edge, and you're
yeah.
Jack did a very good job sending galleys everywhere, so he came from different ways, and you took 2 chokes, but not enough.
Yeah, that was so hard to. I had the pressure of the galleys. I knew he took 1 CS, 1 city state, and in the same time he had already his arbors, and he made like 10 points.
Yeah, he got incredible tempo.
I had to make settlers, or I'm completely irrelevant. I have to make project to have something, and I have to make galleys to protect my settler.
Yeah,
it was too much.
It was just a rough spot. Like you just, I mean, the thing is, obviously when you're spectating, you can see it all, right? But like by turn 3, I'm looking around, I'm like, oh, not the greatest cities for Maori. Jack's got a god spawn. Then they bought him a settler, more tempo. He got his half-price harbors down super fast. Then he went straight into the lighthouses, was making a ton of points. It just put so much pressure on you guys.
Yeah, 3 galleys that give him another city.
Yeah.
And in the end, he only has 6 cities with mine. So we would have been 5 against 5. And he has like 2-3 cities.
Yeah. And then if you just could have had Niter too, right? Like that would have been a big difference.
Yeah, I think it was already lost, honestly, but that's still the deal.
Yeah, well, it would have helped. It would have given you a fighting chance anyway.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys tomorrow. GG's.
Thank you.
Thank you.